Have you ever felt that dreaded, "Oh no, I've become my mother"? I know you have. We all have. It usually happens when we hear ourselves saying something that they said to us when we were younger in a scolding fashion. It's something that is passed on from generation to generation. But what I want you to think about today are some of the other things that get passed on from generation to generation. Habits and traditions, yes, but what about diseases? What about addiction? Whether genes, habits, or traditions, these are common ground that you share with previous generations, or rather that they have so graciously shared with you. And the question is, does all of this predetermine who you become, who your children become? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight to share with you that you do not have to become your parents. You are from your parents, but you are not your parents. You are your very own person. Do you ever think about how you became you? I mean, the whole you, all wrapped up in a bow. Lots of things get passed on from generation to generation. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Why is this so important to me? Because my family has been plagued with addiction for generation after generation, and I want to put a stop to it. This wasn't a one-person anomaly. It was something that was passed on for years and years. And sadly, I watched my mother fall deeper and deeper into the great abyss of addiction until there was nothing left. And because of this, I truly believed that I was a child destined for failure. That is until someone I loved very much said to me, "You are your own person. You can choose to do with this what you wish." Perhaps the timing was just right in my life, but it dawned on me that I had a choice. Why, instead of so often allowing things to happen to us, don't we choose to learn from those who have gone before us, the previous generations? The good, the bad, and the ugly all teach us something. Science tells us that we have a greater propensity for addiction if it has existed in a prior generation. We know this. We have known this for a very long time. But yet, so many of us choose to tempt addiction and fuel the fire to allow it to become the ruler of our lives and to be passed on from generation to generation. Addiction is something I don't want to pass on to my son. I don't want to pass it on to my grandchildren. I'm sure if you have addiction in your life, you don't want to pass it on either. Do I have the power to do that? Do you have the power to do that? My answer is yes, we do. We have the power to prevent addiction from being passed on from one generation to the next. And that is what we're going to talk about today.